Okay. Put on ye old Apple Watch here. I actually like this band. I didn't think I would. We've got Rudolph here because he thinks I'm talking to him. It's been that way for the last decade. And we were about to do a chest workout that we have not done since 7 days ago, I believe. Yes. Come here. Scoop. Wow. Look at those hams. Look at those pork chops. You can't escape. Not that you'd want to. That's not very much resistance. Oh, alright. There we go. Yes. So, just to recap, 8 days ago, I did a pretty heavy chest workout. It was the first workout I think I put on the channel. And I then again tried midweek last week, and it was still pretty painful. So I obviously overtrained. So what we're going to be doing today is going a little bit lighter on the weights. And depending on how things go, I may do 5 sets of 20 at low weights, or 5 sets of 8 at intermediate weights. But I will not be doing as much as I did the last time. Just because, well, you know how it goes. And we're going to do incline, flat, decline bench presses with dumbbells, and then chest flies, incline, decline, or incline, flat, decline, and then shoulder press and a dumbbell pullover. Yeah, you know what I'm talking. Jesus. All right, good. You up? You know, you just keep doing that. I can feel you purring through your paws. So anyway, that's the plan. I think we're going to go ahead and proceed with that. Should be pretty good. Yes, I tried. Did I try 50? Nah, maybe that's why I fucked myself up. Because I did 50 pounds aside. I just somehow doubt I did that, but whatever. Anyway, let's get rolling. Hi. What's up? Can people find my gloves? Yeah. Oh, God, I gotta trim your fucking nails, too. Look at this. Look at him. He's majestic, and he's gray. Oh, okay, come here. Down you go. Now, one interesting thing, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the stock Bowflex angle, and it's about 45. And it was recommended to me to go to about 30. So I've gone ahead and installed another brace at the midpoint between flat and super incline. And the reason is because I believe there's more activation to be had in that moderate incline. Oh boy, my chest still hurts. What the hell did I do to myself? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's get going. I think we're going to go with 25. We're so incredibly weak. But that's the penalty for screwing myself. Oh, 1. Oh, 2. So the weight isn't the problem at the bottom of the rep range, or the bottom of the rep. Bottom of the eccentric? I don't know, whatever. 4. 5. I'm just going to use this as a stretching exercise, I guess. 6. 7. 8. Okay, well, that's good. Take 30 seconds. Get started on set number 2. Well, I still don't understand how I got so locked up, but whatever. Okay. Everything is like I don't have an issue with the weight. I'm not running out of steam. But at the bottom, I'm so tightened up that it actually hurts to get all the way to the bottom. Up here, no problem. Just see if we can break it free, I guess. Sometimes you need a little abuse to get the message across. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. Another 30. And then we'll go ahead and start the next round. My tits are barking. Okay. 4, 5, 6. You heard nothing. 7, 8. Every 30 seconds and then finish that. It's not a good sign when you feel ribs shifting around. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Okay, and set. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. I wonder if there's like a massage you can get for this. I should hire somebody or propose for them. Okay. Stand by. One last set. Then we're going to drop into our flats and probably stick to the same ways I've got here, just for the time being. And then do the same for declines, if not a little bit lower. Again, I think this first session of the week is just to kind of limber myself up again after what was a totally disastrous chest exercise round last week. And frighteningly, chest is usually my best effort and where I see the most gains, so to have consistent disablement is a bit of an issue to me. Okay, back up here. Flats, as noted, I'm going to be sticking to the same weight as I did for the declines, or the inclines rather, just for the consistency. I'm not looking for gains this week. I just want to break this up a little bit and get limber again. Okay. 4. Thanks. 8. Yeah, not the worst, not the best. Okay, 30 seconds and on to the set number 2. I've been listening to a lot of courtroom Zoom feeds and deposition feeds lately. So there, in the U.S., in state court, you can have audio and video feeds, and that really came to prominence during COVID. And there's some really cool judges that have kept it going. I think their theory is that it really takes the opacity out of the courtroom process, and I think that's very important. I wish Canada did the same thing. Because it allows you to see what the process is like, and it's also sort of an accountability thing for the justice system, and I think that's important. But anyway, some of them are really entertaining, and Judge Middleton out of Centerville, 3B District Court, does an amazing job, and he's set to retire next year, unfortunately, or another 2 years now. So well, that's good, but Judge Middleton, that's my one tip from this. Go find him. All right, 30 seconds and we'll do another set. Third set, I believe. Okay. Third set. Very good. 30 seconds, please. I've never had knots in my chest muscles before. I keep on going on about this, but I gotta fill the time somehow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get set up for declines now. I'm just doing what I kind of feel I should be doing. I'm not going to be hard and fast on the number of sets per exercise right now. Just going to go until I don't think I can anymore. And I'm good. All right. Bumped her down to 20 for the declines. I'm basically just writing today off as a get back in the groove day, much like the first one was. I'm just taking it easy, going slow. I've got all the time in the world until I have to go to bed, and I'd rather not stress myself out or potentially re-injure or re-aggravate what I aggravated on day 1. So here we go. 7. 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds, another second. On the whole though, aside from this, I think it's been a pretty good 7-day run. I do think, again, that video is the right accountability tool. I was going to sign up for one of those services where you accomplish a task or the service donates on your behalf to a cause that you don't agree with. And I thought to myself, that would be a great way to stay motivated. But ultimately, this is free. It doesn't cost me money. All it costs me is shame for not completing the work, and I don't have to donate to like Israel or Highest or whatever. I can just keep my money. Chest is freeing up a little bit, so that's good. 2, 3, and I tried stretching all week to no avail. But it appears that this is the right solution. Is just push through it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Or maybe I could donate to the local. Right. 30 seconds. Another run. Five, 6, 5, set of those to do, which I'm going to do, and that'll take us almost to the half an hour mark. I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to reset for the chest flies. And I'm going to be doing a pretty minimal weight on those, I think, again, just to kind of get me limber. Not looking for fatigue or exhaustion on this one. Okay, I think that's about right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right, give me a few minutes, water, and then we're going to start with our flies. Okay. last set. Seven. Okie doke. Sorry, I'm just listening to a very interesting deposition of a female officer in Tallahassee who turned off her body cam during a traffic stop and planted drugs on a suspect. Which is really unfortunate for both the suspect and for the Tallahassee PD, but it's an interesting listen. I won't link it, but if you look up deposition Tallahassee Oliver, I think you'll find it. And she, boy, she's stepping in it. We don't need police to do that. We have enough criminals. We don't need to make more by accident or on purpose, rather. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. And I believe she's now accusing him of being intoxicated during the traffic stop, despite what I assume is any evidence to the contrary that will later come out. Because usually the reason she's being deposed, I think, is because somebody up the chain glommed onto what was happening, or there were questions about her narrative that led to a deeper investigation. But yeah, I don't need police who find it necessary to plant drugs on people. I don't think that's appropriate. I think people who have drugs on them should certainly go away. But what's the point of, like, why? Why would you do that? Anyway, on we go. She's accusing him of slurring his speech, etc., etc. Can't wait to see the body cam footage. Oh wait, she turned her body cam off, which should be a felony, I think, and a dismissal. if I go somewhere and I turn my cell phone off before I go there, and I'm implicated in a crime that's committed while my cell phone is off, that can be told to a jury as a negative inference. If a cop turns their body cam off, it should be exactly the same. Okay, and drop into our declines and we should be good. So I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling all right. Still pretty tight, but just the minimal amount of work I'm putting in is kind of breaking things free, and I have a better range of motion than I did before I sat down. So kudos to that. You know, just before I continue, I gotta say, like, Apple, between it and Samsung, because I also have an S25, as I said previously, and a Galaxy Watch 6, there's very little in Samsung's arsenal of products that comes close to just a simple Apple Watch. This thing's very fluid, it does great health tracking, it never feels like it's lagging. It's like, the way they've engineered the OS, it always seems to have pre-cached exactly what it thinks you're going to do next, and it's usually right. So everything's very fluid and very smooth. And this isn't an advertisement for it. I actually really hate the phone, but I'm just finding that the watch is really the best experience of a wearable I've ever had, and I continue to. Just filler while I'm waiting to get some energy for the next set. Watches should be square, really. If they're a smartwatch, there's no reason for it to be round. Hi. Hi. So next we're going to do shoulder presses. And there's one more that I forgot. I imagine my tits are going to be really sore tomorrow. But we'll see if by Wednesday I can proceed through this same set of exercises again with less pain and discomfort, more flexibility in motion. I hope so. I really hate to only do chest once a week because, as I've said before, that seems like a bit of an unfortunate news if I can only do it once a week. So actually, we are not going to do shoulder presses. We are going to do our dumbbell pullover. So that'll be fun. Right back. Oh, that's a stretch. Trying to be myself here. Well, I've tried to talk, but it seems like this is a night where I'm more in my head than elsewhere. So I apologize, but perhaps the ASMR of dude lifting will work for you, and you'll continue to watch. So that was very interesting. Having done that, I could really feel it down here. Here, my range of motion is way better and there's less pain at the extremes. So when I'm down here, I'm more fruit up than I have been all week. And I seem to be getting some strength back without pain. So that's cool. Glad to see that. The next and final exercise, shoulder press. I'm going to take it easy on that as I usually do. And we will reconvene once I have a little water and get sorted out. All right. Let's go ahead and get started on these guys. I think I'm going to do 15s. If that first set doesn't work for 15, I'm going to go up. Because there's no real way to go down. 10 is nothing. And we'll see how it goes. One great thing about workouts is sometimes you end up absolutely at peace. Not a single thought upstairs, just like smooth brain. And that's kind of where I'm at tonight. It might be the tranquilizer ice cream. It might be just the day I had. But the best part of it all is sitting here and lifting heavy things. Even though they're not that heavy, they're heavy for me. And then putting them back down again in a controlled fashion. Feels pretty good. All right, let's get started. Well, 15 seems to be pretty good. Yeah, this is bliss. Doesn't look like it from the outside, but from the inside, if I were to describe it, as that picture is crooked, if I were to describe it, it's almost like that first moment where you wake up in the morning and you look at the ceiling and you take that deep breath in. It feels really good. And you're like, I'm awake and I had a really good sleep. That's what the current state kind of feels like. I'm having a very good time. And there's very little on my mind because my mind is asleep. It's elsewhere. It's listening to a podcast. It's doing whatever it's doing. And the physical me is here doing what physical me does. And that feels pretty good. There are worries plenty elsewhere, but not front of mind. They're flowing over me like clouds. I'll deal with them later if they start raining on me. Okay. All right. I'm going to call that good. "69 minutes, 13 seconds, a little bit less for you on video. And I'm glad this worked out as well as it did today. Like I said after, and I feel like I sound like a broken record, but after the first day of exercise, like I couldn't move any of this for a few days, and it's really only until today where I could feel comfortable to do it again. And I don't know if that's down to overtraining or if that's just pushing too hard after a prolonged period of lack of activity. That was not a good sentence. But whatever the case is, I think what I'm going to do strategically is try again on Wednesday, which I think is my next chest day, or Thursday. We'll see how it goes, and if necessary, I'll just move this to 1 day a week and try and prolong it with more exercises so I get a longer, steadier burn towards exhaustion. And that'll be that. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming to. Happy Monday. Rudolph, of course, says hello. We'll see him again tomorrow, me again tomorrow too. And what are we doing tomorrow? What's it going to be? Let's find out. Okay. Oh, that shower's going to be great today. Okay. Looks like tomorrow is going to be arms again. So exactly what we did yesterday, tomorrow. And I think that's fine. Arms are quick recovery, and I'm still feeling a little bit sore, but by tomorrow I should be sorted out. So great. See you then for arms tomorrow. That's going to be April 1st. Nobody's picked me to be their fool yet this year, unfortunately, so I think I'll be going stag this April Fools.